Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's section of reads. This should be on the YouTube channel James13 Wicca in case you're seeing it somewhere else. The dice and decks I'm using are listed below. Other than that, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's also below. Other than that, let's go ahead and get into your choice. Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Scorpio? The success card right off the bat with the healing card. Okay, that is a good start. We like that. You're looking to stabilize something. You may get your way. Let's see what's going on here. I got one more. There. Okay, so whatever this is, in the past, there's been a very positive connection. I feel like it's subject-wise. So it's almost like if it was work, for example, you have known businesses or jobs or something along those lines where you've been very happy and when you've felt very stable and very comfortable. You do have this reference for when like it has worked a lot better than it currently is. And I get that you're going into a season where you're like, I will be bringing that back. Whatever's currently happening, and it could be the same place you worked, or you could be in the same place, it's just it used to be better than it currently is. It doesn't have to be a work situation. It could be some type of social situation, I would assume. It doesn't have to be, of course, it's a general read. But I'm getting, with your card coming in, the Death card, and the Two of Pentacles, not the Two, that's the Six, right? Yep, the Six. With the Six of Pentacles coming in, I'm rebalancing the situation, and I'm bringing it back to where I want it to be. I feel like it's gotten out of balance, and I'm going to put it back in balance. And I've made up my mind this is what I'm going to do. The history of the situation is very interesting to me because I feel like the ability to see it the way you want to is there, but that's like your North Star. The way you're viewing it, the way you're feeling about it, where you want it to go, that is your North Star. That's your compass point. That's where you're headed. That's where you want to be, and you will get there. And you've already made up your mind. One way or another, you will do that. In this moment, I feel like you're deciding like what that looks like. Is it the same situation, different people? Is it the same people, different situation? Is it partial of both? Like, what's going on? You're making up your mind fairly quickly, fairly easily. Intuitively, it seems like you know what you need to do, and you're starting that process moving forward. There could be a purging here. And it doesn't have to mean anybody's good or bad. There just may be people connected here that are not very helpful to where you want to go, and you might be purging that energy out of here. Not in a negative way, just kind of like, that's just not working for me anymore. That's not going to take me where I want to go. It's actually blocking me from where I want to go, so I'm going to have to put some distance between me and that energy. It doesn't seem like it's a bad thing. It's just, and I don't feel like you're doing it in a malicious way. You're just kind of like finding a way to like move that energy on. You're going to need to go over there and do something else. What I'm doing, you just don't fit anymore. Maybe they did at one point, but they don't now, and you're moving things on. You have a plan. I don't feel like I'm sharing this plan with other people. Scorpio can be secretive anyway, so I don't feel like that's very far-fetched. I don't think this is a bad thing. I just feel like this is what you need to do for right now. This is what you need to do. This is how it needs to go. So you're doing what you need to do. I don't feel bad about it. It's based in optimism of kind of like, I need to get back where I want to be. Where I was before, that's where I want to be. And this is what I need to do that. I don't feel like I'm trying to create anything negative. I'm just kind of like, I've made up my mind. What do we got here with the Two of Swords? Because I feel like that's going to evolve the situation. So something is partially stuck very, very temporarily. You got the King of Cups reversed. You got the Hanged Man kind of like this. And the Two of Swords in a moment where it's like, I feel like there's certain aspects of this situation I do not like anymore. And they're just not working for me anymore. So I'm choosing what I need to do at this point. So certain things aren't working, certain things I'm not happy with. And if I'm going to be successful, a choice needs to be made. So, take it with a grain of salt. You decide what's right. Readings are for entertainment purposes only. There's two directions here. One that takes you closer to where you want to be according to the energy. One that's taking you further away from where you want to be according to the energy. The one that takes you further away is ironic to me. Because it's not really... I mean, you can do things slowly. You can try to get along with people. You can try to do it the peaceful and nice way. I don't feel like that really works. If I try to be too nice about it or too accommodating with it, I don't know that you're going to get where you want to go. In fact, it may double back on you and we might have some fallout that we weren't expecting. Which is ironic because by trying to get along with people, we actually might end up with the opposite reaction, is what I keep getting. I'll just do the dice on that because I keep getting like, that's where they're saying, trying to get along with people, even though you're going to put best foot forward, might backlash, might rebound on you. And then the World card comes out with the Four of Pentacles reversed. Which you got, it's weird because you got the Knight of Pentacles here. It'll start deconstructing. It'll start, eroding. I feel like a lot of corrosive behavior might happen here. I don't know if that's the right way to say that, but trying to get along doesn't seem to be working. It's not going to give you the outcome you're looking for, and I do feel like I keep getting backlash. By trying to get along with people and being harmonious, I feel like the backlash is it rebounds and it's like it becomes unharmonious. And I got the Four of Pentacles here saying things fall apart when you're trying to like keep something together or at least give it a peaceful movement somewhere else. There's another option. The other option is instead of centering on the getting along with people and doing what you feel like is necessary for other people, anchor into what you're looking for and let people take care of themselves. So, like, I keep getting, like, for example, if it was some type of social group, and it's kind of like maybe you've been a part of this one social group for a couple decades, just for argument's sake, or a decade, whatever. And you're like, well, I don't want to make this a negative thing, so I'm going to try to peacefully shift things around and then kind of start doing what I want to do quietly. That doesn't seem to work. Instead of shifting things around and trying to help other people find what they need to find, let them find that themselves. Just anchor into what you want, anchor into where you're going, and let other people fend for themselves. Not in a negative way. Like if they ask you for some help, you decide whether that's warranted or not, but don't initiate helping other people. If they ask you for it, make up your mind if that's worth it or not. That's different. It's when you go forward and you try to help them find what they need to find and they're not already looking for it because you're trying to change the situation. They're saying don't do that. Let them find it themselves. Let them do what they want to do. Anchor into where you just focus on where you want to go. Focus on your North Star, the energy you're trying to recreate, what you want in this situation. Let other people fend for themselves. That you get the Sun card, the Four of Wands, and you get the Aphrodite's love spell. True love, come to me. Is that what this is? Or Aphrodite? Well, that was here too. But true love, come to me is here too. So it can be good. I feel like they're saying instead of trying to help others first, let them help themselves. Just let them help themselves. It may sound mean. It's really not. There will be some conflict when you start moving forward, which is kind of weird because I feel like that's why it may sound a little weird me saying that, because there will be some conflict. You're a very dynamic energy. People don't want you to move on without them. But that could be a very limiting energy for you. but not just limiting for you. It could be limiting for them. They need to do what they need to do on their own. It's maybe time for them to do their own thing. And maybe they don't like that, but maybe they don't need to like that. It's just something that needs to happen. And maybe they're not meant to like it, but still need to do it. There's a lot of things in life we don't really like, but we still need to do. So maybe this is their turn for that. There will be conflict with that. You can handle that. I don't really feel worried. I feel like what's going to happen is when the conflict starts happening, it's going to make it easier for you to kind of disconnect and let people just do what they need to do on their own. Because if they're going to be difficult to you, you're not going to bend yourself into pretzel for them. That's for sure. So that make it a lot easier for you to step away, do what you got to do, and start heading in the direction you want to. This isn't something to feel bad about. This is just kind of like you start going towards what you want. Let other people figure out their own story. They may give you backlash about it either way, but I keep getting that, like, if they're going to be difficult, let them fix their own wagon. Like, if they want your help, they should be very nice to you and ask for it, and then you decide what you will and won't do. But if they're going to be difficult or demanding, let them do it themselves. Don't let them do that demanding thing to you. This will bring you back forward to where you want to be. Back forward? Okay. Back forward. Well, because this is like trying to recreate a certain feeling or a certain comfort. Maybe not the exact same situation you had in the past, but like a similar feeling, a similar level of comfort and happiness. You can get back on the point with that. This will link in the way you want to. You'll keep going the way you want to go. Once you start moving forward, though, I feel like the more I focus on where I want to be and the less on what other people need, every now and then it's kind of better to do that. I'm not saying you should always do that, but for this situation, at this point, centering less on what other people need and centering more on what you need is not only good for you, but it's good for them too. This might be a moment where other people have gotten a little dependent on you, and they need to kind of knock that off for a while. They need to kind of stand on their own 2 feet. It's kind of like you've taught them everything. Like if you're that parent, for example, you taught them all the things, to tie their shoes, do the math, balance the checkbook, how to drive a car, the whole thing. You've taught them everything you can. Maybe not everything in life that you know, but you've taught them enough to where it's time for them to step out and start living their own life. And they need to stop depending on you as much as they have. It's just that time where it's time to, like, hey, you need to go off and live your life. I'm here if you get in trouble. Don't get in trouble. But if you get in trouble, I'm here for you. But don't get in trouble. But, like, go live life. That's how you learn. That's how you make things better. That's how you start getting forward in life. That's how you find success. You get out there and you live life yourself. You're going to have some issues. You're going to have some problems, but you'll make it through it. Learning to get through those things, learning to fix your own problems is how you succeed in life. That's how you find success in life. And I feel like this might be one of those moments for whoever or whatever you're dealing with. So don't feel bad about going towards what you want. This is not a bad thing for you or for anybody else. It's a good thing for you, and it's actually a good thing for them too. And I think we're good. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.